I'm guessing that this is your first, second, third, fourth manifestation video in a row. And I'm going to make this video totally different than what you have been watching. I used to do the same, and that's how I know. I used to know everything about manifestation on a theoretical level. But until I started practicing real manifestation protocols in my day to day life, I did not manifest anything. Literally anything. I know that I manifested everything, but I did not manifest the life I wanted. So, in this video, I'm going to give you my model that I use to create millions, and that I have been so lucky to share with my clients here in Denmark. So, now you know why I speak so not fluently English. That's because I'm Danish, and this is my second video in English. So bear with me. But the content of this video is going to be extremely valuable because I teach this every day. And a lot of my students are actually other manifestation coaches, mindset coaches, psychologists. So that's how I know that most people actually don't manifest anything that they want to manifest, because they just know it on a theoretical level, but then they get so annoyed about not manifesting anything that they actually keep pushing it away. So I have this screen, and I'm going to share with you in a second. DRT, that's my model name. And I want to draw that model. DRT stands for direction, resistance, and trauma. And these three things, if you know them, then you can actually take all that theoretical knowledge that you have right now and start manifesting your desired outcomes in your life from today. So please give it a few minutes while I describe these three practical steps, a protocol that you can put into your day. Start doing these things, and then see from tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, that your life will begin to change. So hopefully this video will be good. I will do my best. Yeah. So let's get started. My name is Chris Miller. That's not really my name. My name is Christian Møller, but that's a Danish name. So I have just anglicized it to make it more like recognizable on an international stage. I have three kids, a lovely wife, and yeah, I do this as a living. I have been in multiple businesses, three business areas, made millions in all of them, and last 2 years have been amazing. The last 2 years have been the best years of my life, and it is somewhat due to this model. So let me tell you about it right now. Let's jump on the screen. Hopefully you can see my screen right now. DRT, beautiful handwriting, right? If we just take them one by one, and it won't take long. Direction is what you need first to start manifesting your desired reality. And that's because oftentimes people describe multiple realities as parallel lines. And that's very hard for your head to comprehend. Then, how do I change realities? What feeling will I get? And this is, and it's mainly due to your illustration of how this works is actually wrong, because you are actually the sun. And these are your multiple realities, like sun rays. And what way you turn is your emotions. So your compass is your emotions. I will just write that down as well. Emotions are your compass. And every time you are not aligned, feeling bad, feeling anxious, and you work in a specific direction. Let's say this direction. And that direction is not going to give you your Mustang GT 500 car that you want in your life. You have a desire, you know it's in a reality, you believe that much, and you go around daily thinking, yeah, but I believe that I'm going to get it. But you will never get it, and you have never gotten it. But you will get into some kind of future. And the way you feel and when you take an action in a specific feeling state, you will end up in a future with that specific feeling state. So when you work unaligned, then you are working in the wrong direction. Does that make sense? So every time you take a step, work for 1 hour in that feeling state, that 1 hour will move you in the direction of that feeling state. So that's why it's so incredibly important to align before working. And most people align after working. They meditate at night, they meditate when they have time. But it's actually very important to incorporate every time I feel off, I don't have to work. Every time I feel off, I don't have to work. And I know it's the opposite of hustle culture. Oh, you just have to work. If you're stressed, just work more. But that's BS. Please trust me on this. You almost don't have to work. I rarely ever work, and I mean that in a like not real sense. I work maybe 3-4 hours a day and make a lot of money, and that's because I'm very careful about the steps I make in each direction. So if you wake up tomorrow unaligned, feeling uninspired, then get inspired first. If you're uninspired, work less. If you're uninspired, go to the beach, talk to some people, do something that you love, go karting, skydiving. I don't know what it is for you. But align first, then work after. And you know it. When you are aligned and working, work feels fun, even though it might be the same work. But work feels inspiring, empowering. And that is the work that's going to put you in the right direction. So right now, let me put it on the screen. You're working in the wrong direction because you're kind of uninspired, desperate, lacking, working. And your dream outcome is here. Dream outcome. And you're going all this way to reach your dream outcome. And you might not even get there anytime if you keep on working in that direction, because that will just put you in a future that has the same feeling as the feeling state you're working in. Does that make sense? So we're turning from this, aligning first, and then you only have to go for like 1, 2, 3, 4 steps maybe. And that's actually pretty damn cool, because I've seen it with my clients here in Denmark. I only have Danish clients, so they've been working for several years, and they do like 24 hours of my material. So they next day they wake up, work less, and make more money. And it's not only your circumstances, but people will recognize this feeling state in you immediately. I had a client, Kevin, that his wife, we started in the morning, first session. Later that day, he wrote me. So my wife noticed that I was being a different person than usual. She liked it, but it was different. And that's what happens when you keep aligning. Just keep aligning all day. And in the beginning, it can be like toxic. Manifestation can be toxic because you get so used to recognizing when you're not aligned that it stresses you. And please don't do that. Just recognize it as a human state of consciousness. Okay, I'm unaligned. How do I align? How do I align? How do I align? And then your head will get so used to this new vibration that the bridge for the new vibration, the bridge going there, are going to be shortened. So in 7 days, if you just keep aligning every day, then it will be very easy to align. And that's why you see professional manifestors, meditators, they can sometimes align in just a few breaths. Just close their eyes, and then they are aligned. And that's not the same for you, but you will get there. So that's the first one. Emotional direction is very important before you take any action, because action is important. We live in a physical world, so it's not laying in the couch, but you just have to do work that actually feels lovely. And how do we do that? Aligning first. Step number 1. Step number 2, that's the R. and that's resistance. And that is, you have a desired outcome, and this is you, and you're walking around looking for it, right? And in that looking is resistance, because in that looking you are thinking, I need to know when it's coming and where it's coming from. It's actually resistance watching this video, or it can be, because you think, oh, okay, I need a new method. I need to see a new video, and sometimes that helps, obviously, and that's also my goal with this video. But most of the time, you're just putting that thing you want on a pedestal right up here. Can you see that on screen? So you're pushing yourself away from it, and like punching into water. Um, let's just create some waves here. That's water between you and your desired outcome. And if you hurry quickly into this water, you're going to get hurt, like when you punch into water. And you are not going to get through, actually. That's going to break you and slow you down intensely, immensely. So what you do instead is you just walk very, very slowly, actually, like water. If you just flow your hand through the water, there's no resistance at all. And that's what you should do as well. So the resistance is in everything you do, but it's actually very much in the search of what you want. So what you should do tomorrow, if I just have to make this practical, is you have to align before you work, and then you have to let go of the idea of that you know what this work will give you, when this work will give you something, if this work is correct, if you should do something else. You should totally let go of that. You should just align and then do what feels natural. Just go through your day, because intuition and natural instinct and natural like execution in direction, it will show itself, but only if you are aligned. And that's very hard to believe. If you're a hard worker and used to working hard every day and seeing no result, then align first and work less. Align, align first and work less, because that will totally dissolve the resistance, actually. So you just have a desire, you can visualize it, you can meditate on it, but the universe knows that this is your desire. And that means that it is actually in a future reality. One of these sun rays is your desired reality. You should just have to stop thinking so much about how do I get it? When do I get it? And that gets me to the final point, T. And that is trauma. Manifesting from a place of trauma is so normal. I used to do it, might still do it. And the good thing about trauma is that trauma is what put you here. You are looking for a way to create a better life because you have somehow experienced not having a good life. Bad parents, bad friends, bad neighborhood. I don't know what it is. But trauma is your biggest blessing. And when you learn to see it as your biggest blessing, then life will be free. But most of the time, even though you recognize, okay, it is my blessing, it holds you back. Because one little thing, one dad that did not give you enough attention, can ruin your entire existence in terms of manifesting, because it is like poison. And you cannot really have poison in your leg without having an unhealthy body in total. And that's the same here. So eventually, a childhood trauma will ruin your life, show up again. And I used to do this myself. I used to live a life of shame. And I got I got to know or feel early on in life that I had the responsibility of my mom and myself, and as a young kid, that's very much to deal with. And because I had that happen in my life, I started to think, okay, I must solve every problem, and if I don't solve every problem, I must feel shame. And if you know anything about manifesting, I guess you do, you know that I just continue to reproduce that feeling in my life. Walking around feeling shame, guilt, you will reproduce a life where you get to feel more shame. And it was only until I recognized that I need to break this barrier that I could actually start manifesting from a point of gratitude. And most of you will feel this thing, but not consciously. You will just have it laying unconsciously. Um, and that's why, if you just put a barrier here, if you just say conscious manifesting and unconscious manifesting, this is where you have been all your life. So all your life has been manifested by you, orchestrated by you and the universe, God, Allah, or whatever you believe in. But you want to go here. And I'm telling you, you don't have to actually. You just have to reprogram this unconscious so it manifests your desired outcome without you having to do anything. But you are desperately trying to go here. And that's actually because you have not done the healing part. So I know you have seen a lot of like subconscious reprogramming stuff. I know that you think, okay, I can just meditate once in a while. I just have to live in the feeling state. I just go to the end. I just really believe it. But that is not enough because your subconscious does not believe it. Let me tell you. Let me give you a good example. So you want that Mustang GT 500 in your garage, and the universe has put it um, in your reality today. The universe will have it that there is a guy downtown walking around giving his Mustang away because he does not want it anymore. And you are out for a walk, enjoying life, and suddenly it hits you. Oof. Should I go home and work? Am I going to lose everything? Am I going to fall behind if I do not go home and work? And a few blocks from you is this guy, and you turn around and walk home. Fear of not being good enough is the underlying feeling that is actually pulling you home. Not anything rational. You feel like going for a walk, but your subconscious feel like going home and proving to the universe that you are worthy. And that's because you have been taught early on that you are only worthy if you work hard, and you are only worthy if you prove it to people, and if you reach certain milestones in your life. And in that turning point, you turn around, walk home, the universe is screaming at you. No, we just gave you this Mustang. Why are you walking away? And it's trauma walking away. It's your trauma making you walk away. And that's why it's so important to do the work, the subconscious reprogramming work. And I obviously do this with my Danish clients. And it's actually maybe the most important thing to do because it is hindering you in ways you cannot cope with, that you cannot see this. It's such a banality, but you can never see what you cannot see. And that means your current reality is you're looking through like glasses, and you can only see what you're seeing right now. And that's why everyone says it. No one lives it, but everyone says it. You have to be it to have it. And that's right. But you don't know how to be it. What you are today has given you the reality you have today. So everything that you are, everything that you have done has put you in this exact moment watching this video. So it makes sense that in order for me to get a different outcome, I need a new me. If I keep old me, then I will just get the same. My future will be my past. It will be the same. I will feel no different. And obviously there's progression, but a lot of people are just stuck. 5 years from 5 years ago is the same as today. 5 years from now will be the same. But when you start changing, and people describe it, my clients describe it in different ways. Sometimes they get like ringing in the ears, headache for a few days, seeing weird stuff. But when you start shifting realities, some of you will notice. Not all of you will notice, but all of you will notice better mood, more gratitude, because that is necessary for manifesting your desired reality. But some of you will also notice things in your life. More dreaming is also a common one. But this almost always, 9 out of 10 times, happens after the deep work. By a shadow work journal, going deep in meditations, going to a therapist, I don't know. In my case, with my clients, it's a mixture of these things. But if you can remove unconscious blocks, if you can become aware of what have my parents instilled in me that is keeping my manifested reality from arriving, what has my friends instilled in me, why am I doing this? You can actually start by, if you're working very hard today, ask yourself why, for who. I had a guy, he he's actually very successful, not as successful as he could have been, but very successful. And he could not stop working all the time. And that's because he was picked last at football in school. And from that day on, he decided, I'm going to prove myself to my friends. I'm going to be the best. And what a funny life to live, right? That a, a trauma, a traumatic event, and you might laugh, but traumas are very different in all of us. So that is very traumatic, to feel like you are the baddest of all the boys in the school. So he just keeps on working. It is only the realization, okay, I'm actually working because I don't feel worthy of having a desired reality if I do not stress and work all the time. And you will end up becoming miserable, and you will actually hold your desired reality back because you are not aligned. So you are working in a direction, you know what you want, you are actually pursuing that dream, but because you are pursuing that dream from trauma, you will never go there. You will go into a future where that trauma still exists. Yeah. So the DRT model is done now. But I have a final thing, and that is you have to actually implement these things. Now when I watch manifestation videos, I take notes. I write it down. I do drawings like this, ugly drawings, to understand it and to see how can I implement this. There are some really, really nice guys here on YouTube doing incredible work, spreading awareness. But most of it is theoretical. 45 minutes of just talking about this, people knowing extremely many things about where manifestation occurs in different religions and so on and so forth, but it's unpractical. You are not any wiser going from that video because you do not know how to implement it. Where do I go? So take from this video what you want, but align first. Stop trying to know when it's going to arrive. Remove resistance. Number 2. And number 3, do the deep work that you do not want to do. Remove those blocks. And just start by asking yourself, why do I work so much? Why do I want this? A good final example is, for example, winning the lottery. Most people say, I want to win the lottery. And that's also, most of the time, trauma bond. It's a limiting belief that makes you want to win the lottery. Why do you want to win the lottery? Most cases is because that's the only way I can get rich. That's the only way that you can make so much money. That's by winning the lottery. I need that much money to be happy. So can you see those subconscious programming uh, things that occur in these sentences? So you do not actually want to win the lottery. It's different stuff that you want, and that's a classic example of being trauma bond. Because if you remove that trauma, if you became limitless, your potential is everything. You should just tell your limiting beliefs to, you know, keep quiet, because it's not for you. You don't have to follow the rules. You can become a millionaire without winning the lottery. That money is yours if you want it. And I don't care if you want it. If you do not want it, then don't seek it. Then manifest a different life without money. Your desired reality is your desired reality for a reason, and you can get it. So go out, implement these things. The next few days, there will be a lot more videos like this where I break down different models and schemes and protocols that I use on my Danish clients. So if you want to follow me, I promise you this will be very interesting. Hopefully my English will improve. Uh, so uh, so these videos will be of even higher quality. I've just started this channel. I have a lot of followers in Denmark, but not on this English channel. So if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. That would be very lovely. Thank you for watching this. Hey.